All right, today I'm about to perform my first miracle. I know you guys don't know this about me, but I'm a saint. So I'm about to walk on water, guys. No, no, no. I'm about to prove myself. About to walk on water. About to walk on water, guys. It's about to happen. All right. Ta-da! Okay. I think it's been long enough. This is Legend, and this is my experience with the 2021 Paralympic Trials. Going into this race was one of those things I can't really explain. Maybe I can't explain. I'm gonna try to explain it. I was really confident because I was excited about the amount of training I had done up until this point, and I felt like I had like a lot of help this year. A lot of times when I go into this point in the season, I don't have I don't have enough guide runners, or some of my guide runners aren't fast enough, or a number of different things like variables that kind of impact my ability to get some proper training. But this year, I was like happy because I was able to put together like more training than most years, most seasons. So after Desert Challenge Games in Arizona, I was able to run 3 races with my guy there, and we were able to get some good sync work in. But it wasn't ideal because the weather there was like crazy terrible and everything like that. So it was just situational. But there was a lot of stuff that I figured out that I was doing from this season, that some bad habits that I picked up. So I was like super excited, getting to Minnesota. So as you can see here, here's some some things from my experience. I was able to kind of have a little fun once I got there, and I didn't even realize like Minnesota was like kind of pretty actually. There was so much like fun outdoorsy things to do. So I took advantage, when I first got there because I had some extra time. I had got there early because of the COVID protocols that they had in place, that I needed to test before I left Virginia, and then I had to test again when I got to Minnesota. So I utilized the extra time to kind of, do some sightseeing and, have some fun and stuff like that. So like I said, I was super pumped. I was super excited because I have never been to an Olympic trials before, and I was just basking in the glory of my own greatness, and just sucking in all the experiences and trying to take pictures and just enjoying the moment. Because when I first started this whole journey, I kind of started it for 2 reasons. The first reason was when I first started running, I recognized like when during the Rio Olympics, um, that's when I first found out that that visually impaired people, or people with visual impairments, actually run track. They tie themselves to 100 a person. They run really, really fast. And that once I found that out and someone told that to me, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So from that moment on, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try to make it to the Olympics. I think I'm going to try to make it to the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. 2016, I had plenty of time, so my first race was in 2017. Um, so I went on this like crazy, fantastical journey, not even thinking that I would actually accomplish it. You know how when you first start something, you're like, yeah, I'm a do it. Like you don't know what it's going to take. So that's kind of how we ended up with this channel here, Legendary Untold, because I wanted to document like the trials and tribulations and the struggles and the ups and downs and everything of me trying to do this, which is has been trying. It has been very, very difficult. Which brings me to my second reason why I started running. Why I wanted to kind of make it to the Tokyo Olympics. Like the second reason is because luckily for me, I had a really cool counselor during my undergrad who kind of sat me down. It was looking at my resume, and I kind of mentioned something about the running in there, and she was like very impressed with me being blind and also being a runner. And she told me like quite bluntly, she kind of laid it out. She's like, no, out of everything that you're doing, like, Antoine, you need to focus more on your running because this is what's going to take you places. And she was not kidding, man. Like, fast forward, I've been all over the place, just all over the place. Just going to Peru in 2019, going to different going to all these different states, all these different races. Like, it's just been an amazing like journey. So she definitely had a point, and I'm glad that she was a really good guidance counselor who actually, motivated me to do this. So those are the two reasons why I kind of started this journey. Um, but it all fits into like my overarching goal of wanting to be a sports psychologist. You know, once I'm kind of done with all this track stuff, like I'm working on my master's right now, so that's my goal. I want to be able to work with athletes, but what better way to be able to serve that community or that population is by to put on the shoes and walk the walk. It's one thing to want to go help, but you got to really understand. I personally don't think that you can really serve a community unless you have walked in their shoes. Some people see that differently. I really don't like. So I want to be able to, go into that field with a lot of experience. So here we are. I am documenting this from all these different angles and just trying to make sure that I'm enjoying the moment, sucking it all in, but also learning the lessons and feeling the feelings and just going through the trials and tribulations, pun intended, right? So like I said, this has been a cool experience. So I get to the race, and things was fine. Like everything was fine. Like going up to the race, like I felt good. The weather was great. It had dropped like 10 degrees. It's like 82, so it was still warmish. It wasn't so blazing hot. So I was just excited about getting to run, and it was on like TV. So I wasn't even thinking about that at the time. Like I'm one of those crowd people. Like I love the crowd. If there's a crowd there, like I can feed off of it. But it was so quiet that I didn't really like it very much. Um, but anyway, long story short, I will post a video of my reaction to the actual race video, but I'll probably show like the quick video right here of the race. But coming out of the blocks, I felt good, but unfortunately, me and my guide lost sync. And if you guys know anything about Paralympic running, um, in my category, is that the athlete has to be tied with a tether to his guide, and if they lose any amount of sync, and me, since I'm not a power runner, I'm not. It's hard for me to recover. So we end up like kind of bumping into each other, and I didn't have a good race. I ended up running like a 12, which was awful, awful, awful. But fast forward after the race, after the experience, I tried to put that experience into like the proper perspective. Like all the good psychology, good behaviors, and I tried to like shake it off, but I couldn't, and I end up slipping into a slight depression. And to I don't know. I tried many things. I tried so many different things, and I like kind of shut everything down, shut down my social media, and I just kind of sat for a little bit. I didn't talk to anyone, but everyone is getting mad at me because I wasn't like responding. But I just really needed time. I still need time. I've just gotten to the point to where I could even record this video because I think what really impacted me the most was that the mistake I made was that I looked at everything as a whole. Like I looked at after the race, I looked at everything like, oh my gosh, I've been at this for 4 years, and I've done all these practices, made all these sacrifices, all the blood, sweat, and tears, more blood and sweat than tears, and I couldn't fathom not doing well at the trials. Like it was beyond my even thought. It was not even in my psyche. It was not even in my window of possibilities. And I think that's what got me. I think I was a victim of my own, I don't want to say ego, but just confidence. Because sometimes you can have a bad relationship with your ego, but it was just my confidence. I had a lot of confidence, and rightfully so. But there's just some variables that you can't control in my sport. That it just takes two people, and And if you guys are on the same page, then if one of us don't do good, we both don't do good. And that was more important than no matter how much shape I'm in, it doesn't matter. If I can't sync with my God, it doesn't matter. It's like that whole opportunity is just ruined. So it's taken me a while to work through this. And like I was telling you guys before, like I'm excited a little bit about going through this because like it's one of those feelings like you can't even explain. You have to like go through it. It's like an awful feeling. I talked to my professor about this a little bit, and she told me that she probably thinks I'm burnt out or whatever. I kind of hit a wall or something. I don't know. I haven't been able to figure it out. I'm just allowing myself the time and the space to kind of just, I don't know, like naturally deal with it. And I know time is like the best, like, kind of tool in these situations. You just got to give yourself time. As long as I'm not like having any like maladaptive like behaviors, then I think it's okay for me to just kind of sit down and really think about what's my next step moving forward. Do I retire? Do I, find a new sport? Do I press on? What do I do? You know, we got 3 years. We got Paris in 3 years. So I think it's appropriate for me to kind of like ponder those things. And it's appropriate for me to give myself time and space to kind of figure it out for myself. Me doing school and doing all of these cool activities like running track and all this training and stuff. It's been like absolutely amazing for me. And I wish I could share more. I'm going to try to do a lot better job of sharing more of this stuff. But these are my motivations for me doing what I'm doing. And this has been my experience with the 2021 Paralympic Trials. So thank you guys for watching. This is not the end of my journey. I just, like I said, I probably just need a little bit more time. But we'll get it together. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. I will be putting more out soon. I still have a couple of more videos. I'm trying to get myself together for another race at the Commonwealth Games here in Virginia, which is on July 25th. So stay tuned for that. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.